At is we're going to do some nice stretching of the muscles. And what often happens is, and we've been doing this in the studio this week, is that the muscles can be quite tight. And when we're exercising, it's like you're tightening them up and tightening them up. So the muscles become like tight, like a fist. And what we're going to do today is kind of loosen off that tightness a little bit more and make the muscles feel like they're longer and leaner rather than contracted and tight like this. We're going to do it in some postures that we have properly. It's all very simple stuff. You don't have to have practiced yoga before or have any level really of experience, flexibility, etc. Going to stretch the hamstrings. We're going to get into our hips, our shoulders, our neck, all our favorite areas, yogis, where we tend to be stiff. And why this really works for modern day is because when you're sitting at the typewriter or on the phone or wherever you are driving, maybe it's a very contracted sort of situation, isn't it? Where you're sitting like that and you're very tense, you're driving here like this, you're really tense driving. Or you're at the computer and your boss is giving you a load of earache, you're trying to solve a problem. We're going to loosen that off. And this all feeds into that contracted feeling, and we're going to loosen that off so it starts to feel a little bit longer and a little bit looser and a little bit freer, yeah? Starting in tabletop. Now what you need, if you don't have a yoga brick like this, you could get a book, which is about this size, and we're going to use this brick to stretch the space between the index finger and the thumb, like so. And then you're going to spread the hands out from there, yeah? So have this brick, get that brick, put it down there, and then we're going to come to tabletop. We're going to start in tabletop. So let's put that little cushion out of the way. Brick down, hands around the brick. Nice long back, so you don't want your shoulders to be like this. You want it to be more of a table, so it's like this. And you're looking directly down so that neck is not sprained. Face is looking at the brick, and we're going to stretch the right leg back. Do you stretch the right leg back? The toes are tucked under, and then you're just going to gently stretch through the heel so that you feel from here, the hip joint to the heel is coming longer. What you're not doing is leaning back into it like this. Everything's staying the same and you're lengthening the leg. Try to make the leg longer, the thighs, the calves muscle longer, the leg muscles. And then we're going to swap. And but before you swap, you can feel, you step the right leg in, stimulated right leg. Left leg back, same thing, everything stays as it is and you're just lengthening that leg by pushing through the heel, stretching the muscles on the back of the leg, the front of the leg, the thigh, back of the calf. That leg feels stimulated. Let's go back to the first one. Lengthen the leg and really focus on that, everyone, so that you feel like the leg, what I call my new thing, stretching machine. Keep that leg there and then lift the leg off the mat, point the foot, that's point flex, point flex. So you're just moving the foot and the ankle, and then we're rotating the foot in one direction and then the opposite direction. And then point the foot. What you're not doing is this kind of thing with the leg away up there. That's not what we're doing. We're not trying to get the leg up high. We're trying to lengthen the muscles in the leg. So point the foot. And then the hips are facing the mat. And then we're going to lengthen the front of the body. So you're lengthening. As you lengthen the front of the body, your arms become longer and your neck becomes longer. Then you're going to extend the left arm forward. Stretch the left fingers. Look forward at the left middle finger. Steady that off. See if you can become stable there and not be kind of wobbling around like this. Lengthen the front of the body. Use these abdominal muscles. Push back through that big toe so that it really is like buns of steel. This, leveling off the hips, very important. Take a full inhale, and then on the exhale, we're bringing the forehead, the elbow, and the knee together. But fully exhale. And then open up, extend, lengthen. Exhale. Make it small, squeeze in. Inhale, stretching. Exhale, releasing. Inhale, 3. Exhale. Inhale, 4. Exhale. Inhale, 5. Stay there. Take one more inhale and exhale. Hand, fingers around the brick, knee down. That side feels very, very stimulated. And just notice before we go to the other side, where are you leaning, overly leaning into the right wrist? Yeah? If you were, it means that you were slightly off alignment, you weren't straight back, and you were maybe need to use these a little bit more. Let's go to the other side. Left leg back. Again, lengthening the left leg, lifting the foot off, pointing the foot, making the leg long, buns of steel. And then we're going to lengthen the front of the body so you feel like you're suddenly a little bit higher up without doing that. Lengthen it, lengthen the front without collapsing the back. It's not a back bend, it's a table. Be mindful that you're not leaning into the hands. Flex the foot, point. Flex, point. Flex, point. Flex, point, and then circle the foot in one direction. And then the opposite direction. And then extend the right arm forward. Lift the front of the body so that you're not leaning into that left arm. Take a full inhale, exhale, forehead, elbow, knee. Inhale, extend long. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Every time you inhale, you point that foot back. Every time you exhale, you draw the navel in. 1. Fully inhale, again extend, and then exhale, hand down, knee down, back to tabletop. And you'll notice with the hands around that brick that the arms are nicely stacked up, and the eye of the elbow tracking the line of the thumb, cat and cow. Inhaling. Exhaling. Watch the arms. Again, draw the navel in. Now let's create a nice flow as you inhale, rotating the arm, and then as you exhale, connecting the sequence of the inhale and the exhale. So from the side, it has a smoothness to it, not a flicky to it, it's a smooth wave. You go up and down the spine. It's a bit like going up and down the keys of a piano. One more inhale, and then we'll come back to tabletop. We're going to move that brick away now, move the book of the brick away. Keep the hands there, extend the right leg back, and then the left leg back. We're going to come to side plank, so the left hand comes to the center of the mat, and you circle around on the feet and you stack the feet up. Option for supported side plank is the left knee down, to stacking the arms on top of the arms, lengthening the whole of the side of the body. Taking an inhale, and then on an exhale, we're going to turn those hands around, back to plank, right hand to the center. Now, if you're in the full posture, the feet are stacked, and here, try not to let that become like this, where you're leaning on this arm. Use these muscles, lengthen, take an inhale, and on an exhale, come back to plank. Knees come down, thank goodness for that. Tail up, rotate those arms again, bend the elbows back, chin in between the hands, tail up. Slide the legs back. Cobra, bum to heels, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. You don't want your downward facing dog to be tottering up there in high heels. Get the heels down towards the mat. Breathing there. 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to walk forward. Toes are behind the wrists. Let's give that head a nice shake there. And the arms are shaking. Just relax that whole... Breathing into the back ribs so that the ribs are expanding with a breath, and that the lower back has a sense of releasing tension as there's no weight on the lower back. And then nice and slowly, we're rolling up. Coming up, standing up, circling those arms around. Let's rotate the arms, bring them up to the top through the heart center, and we're in Tadasana, mountain pose. From that mountain pose, we're going to step back the right foot. So it's a short lunge because the front knee has only got a small bend and the back leg is straight. The heel's off the mat, but again, we're going to stretch that back leg and bring the heel down. So you get a nice juicy stretch in the back of the calf, up. Great hamstring stretch and a small bend in the front. The hips are not at the side of the mat. The hips are facing the front of the mat. And we're going to sweep the arms up into like a warrior 1, where we're opening up the front of the body and we're strengthening and lengthening the back of the body. So there's no compression around here. There's a lifting up. Take a full inhale, then exhale through to heart center. Keep the feet where they are and extend and circle the right arm back. 1. Inhale, follow the hand back with the head. 2. So that the head's just gently moving, releasing any tension. 3, 4, 5. We're going to rotate it the other way. 1, 2, that's it. 3, so you're opening up the whole of that side. 4, and on 5, the wrist and the elbow are at shoulder height. You're going to straighten that front leg, the left leg, and straighten the left arm. Then you're going to press back on that right heel and stretch and lengthen the whole of the left side. And the chest is facing forward, lengthening the whole of the left side, then bringing the hand down. And you can see the triangle of space there as you turn, not focusing on getting this down to here, but focusing on the triangles. You extend the right arm up and look up. That feels really, really juicy. Looking up. So you're turning not just the head, but the chest is facing forward. You don't want your triangle to look like this. You can see. You want it to be a lot more open, and for some people that might mean you need to come up a little bit higher. 2, 3, stretching, extending, lengthening the left side and the right side of the body. 4, and then on 5, you're going to come up to stand, and then you're going to rotate. Slowly rotate, pivoting around. So now the right arm is going forward, you're lengthening forward with the right arm. So this right hip has turned to face forward, and I'm lengthening from the back heel to the middle finger that goes long, 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 comes to the floor, or you have the option to place the brick there and put the hand on it, so that you keep the body long, keep the back long, rotate, and look up at the left hand. 2, power back through the back heel. 3, 4, and on 5, we're going to circle that whole thing around on the inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to step back to the top of the mat. Inhale fully, exhale fully. I'm going to turn around so you can see the other side. So you're going to step back with the left foot. Nice gentle bend in the front of the right knee as you stretch the back of the left leg and the heel comes to the floor. We're going to circle this left arm around. Forward first. 1, 2, using the breath to really, but each time you're continually pushing back through that back heel. 3. Big inhale and it circles around. 4. 5, and then we go the opposite way. 1. Now the shoulders opening out, you can see it. 2. But you don't stop pressing down on that back heel. 3. 4, and the head's following it. 5, the hand stays there, and then you extend and straighten the right arm. Right leg straightens. Inhale, exhale, lengthening. So I'm lengthening the whole of the right side of the body. And then I bring the hand down, and there's my triangle. Looking up at the top hand. 1. Focusing on lengthening the body. 2, on that right side. 3, 4, and then on 5, coming up again. All the way up. Exhale, we're rotating. You can see that hip now. The left hip is turning, rotating forward, and the left arm goes forward. Big, long, 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 long arm. Then you bring the hand down to the outside of the foot or the brick. You turn and you look up at the right hand. There's the option as well to wrap that around the back. Press back on the heel, twist and lengthen this side of the body. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. Exhale, step to the front of the mat. Inhale fully, exhale fully. If you feel like you'd like to give it a shake off, then do so. You feel long. We're going to do a little flow down now. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Stepping back with the right foot. Big, long lunge. Sweep the arms up to high lunge. Heart center. So in this position, you don't want this leg, you really want to lengthen that leg back. So again, stretching the front of this side, being very conscious of how the ears are stretching. Seeing if you can go a little bit lower and a little bit further back. And then rotating, opening up that right hip and extending and looking forward at the left middle fingers. Extended side angle. So you're pressing down on the outside of that right foot and extending through the fingers on the right hand. Again, the chest and the face are facing the wall so that you're not kind of collapsing down like this. Open, nice and open, nice and long, getting that long muscle, long stretch. Taking an inhale and then exhale back to warrior 2. From there, you're going to bring the right fingertips to the outside of the right thigh. Nothing below here moves as you extend the left arm up, and then you bring the bicep to your, walk those fingers down. 2, 3, it's loads of work, isn't it? 4, and then on 5, we're windmilling back to warrior 2, rotating around, framing that front foot, stepping back to plank, knees down, tail up, chin in between the hands, cobra, bump to heels, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Again, bringing the heels as close to the mat as you can, breathing into the back ribs. 3, 4, and on 5 we're going to walk forward. Nice deep walk forward. Give the head a shake, give the arms a shake, loosen off. Relax the lower back, relax the shoulders, relax the neck. And then we're rolling up. Circling the arms around. Taking a full inhale at the top, and then on an exhale we're folding down. Extend and lengthening, folding and stepping the left leg back, big long with the left leg, then coming up into that high lunge again. You're powering back through that left heel, you're staying nice and low in the front hip, you're sweeping the arms up, heart center, warrior 2, extended side angle. Extending from the outside of the left heel to the left middle finger. So again, there's no collapse. There's just length. Breathing there. 3, Keep lengthening, keep stretching through the whole of that side. 4, and on 5, you're back in warrior 2. Fingertips to thigh, taking an inhale. 3, 4, 5. Inhale fully, exhale fully, back to warrior 2. Rotating around, pivoting around to that lunge again, framing that front foot, stepping back to plank, knees down, chin down, cobra. Bum to heels, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. 3, 4, 5. This time, if it feels good, you want to jump, take a little jump to the front of the mat. Send, exhale, fold. Let's give it a shake off, and then we're rolling up. Circling those arms around. Inhale at the top, exhale, fold. Inhale, extend, exhale, fold. And then maybe if it feels good, you might want to jump it back. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. From there, we're going to bring, we're going to jump to the front of the mat. Malasana squat. Everyone's favourite. And of course, after Malasana squat, straight to the Vasana. Long. Again, it's that long back so that you're not kind of compressed in like this. You're nice and long and sitting up like this. Keep the hands there to master this rather than this kind of thing happening. Keep the hands there. Flex the feet. Stretch the right. Stretch the left. Let's let go. Or, if not, put one finger there and maintain the sequence. Maintain the alignment. 2, 3, 4, and then on 5 we're going to lower it down. 5, 4, think long again. 3, 2, 1, float. 5, looking at the ceiling. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down. Let's take a full inhale. And a nice exhale as we step the feet in. Extend the right, flex the foot. Extend the left, flex the feet. Let's breathe there. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 5, we're going to cross the right leg across the left, eagle bind. Wrap that right foot around, or just squeeze the thighs together wherever you are with the legs. Let's bring the knees in towards the chest, nice and tight. Right leg is on top, release the right hand to the floor, and roll onto the very edge of the left hip so that you can get the knees to the floor on the left side. You tuck the left shoulder under, and then you look to the right hand. Maybe it's useful to have the left hand on top of that right thigh so you can twist a little bit deeper. So it's not so much of a relaxing twist, it's a little bit more dynamic as we reach out towards the left. So we're lengthening and lifting up out of this way. 3, 4, and then on 5, we're coming back to center. Release the legs, stretch them up, and then we go to the other side. So it goes left over right. Knees in, rolling to one side, tucking the shoulder on around the right and looking to the left. Again, nice deep twist. And I find there's a huge difference between that twist to the left and the right. The lower back, the abs, the shoulders, they're very different from left and right. And that I can lengthen maybe a little bit more in one side, the twist is deeper. But we're trying to twist through the middle. 3, 4, and then on 5, we're unbinding nice and slowly. Back to center. Let's open the knees out nice and wide and flex the feet up towards the ceiling. Taking the arms inside and wrapping them around the calf and coming into happy baby. But a little bit more experienced, you can lengthen the lower back. Maybe you're able to get into those hips here. For beginners, just try not to collapse into it and think, oh, this is that happy baby that I've seen before. But rather see if you can get into some of those little niggly bits where you feel a little bit stiff. Then release, bring the knees together, stretch the legs. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. 2, 3, again, you're just gently pushing through the heels. 4, and with practice, this waterfall, the legs will actually become quite light. I know you might be thinking, you must be joking, these legs feel like they're tons of bricks, but they will with practice. Here, let's lower it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're in Shavasana, taking a full inhale and a nice long exhale. That's 1. Full inhale and exhale. 2, 3, 4, and on 5. Knees into chest, roll over to one side, little pause there. And coming up to sit, meeting there. Sitting, you can sit, if you've got a little cushion to sit on or back on that brick, it's really nice. Sitting up, letting the hands rest on the knees. And let's just take a moment, yogis, to come together. Soften the face. Relax the expression. And a little moment just to be grateful for coming to the mat today. For these 20 minutes, giving yourself 20 minutes to prepare for whatever is going to happen next, whether that's the evening, the afternoon, or the whole day ahead. Grateful for these moments, the freedom to be able to come to the mat for 20 minutes. It's always got to be a good thing, something to be grateful for. Hari Om. Namaste, everyone. Have an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon.